I like what you did mention too, as far as all that too, and what you said during the week as well. But we'll just be just real blunt with each other as far as obviously getting our own mindset straight as far as whether we're doing the business like as we mentioned either online or offline. Um, for perfect example too, and I know of we've mentioned it before that, but I know personally from when I first started, obviously in the home based business profession about 5 years ago, I didn't know how crucial it was as far as reading and listening to audio. It was, as I mentioned earlier. I didn't know also as far as where it would keep you as far as in the game, as far as being in that right mindset. I was hearing from leaders too in my past company as far as readers are leaders, readers are leaders. I'm like, okay. I was shaking my head like, yeah, I understand that, but it was like, okay, I wasn't really doing it. You know what I'm saying? Is as far as like, we have that right, we have the motivation, we have that drive, like, yeah, let's do it. But it's like at the same time, we're getting hyped. What was that? What's that quote? I think Zig Ziglar says that motivation is like bathing. You got to do it daily, something like that, in that sense. So that's kind of like I know that's how I was until I finally until we got into the company that we're into. It was like this is it laid out. You read, listen to the audio, you go to conference calls, you go to the events, and that's it, period. Point blank. And obviously, too, now that we know as far as putting
It's,
content out there to the
and
marketplace as well. But I know that, we
and
can talk
and
about
it's like,
pretty much all the time. Go ahead, Ian. What you about to say?
no, so we don't take action on what the big leaders and what the people who are already doing what we want to be doing, i.e. making tons of money, the core commitments, whatever. We don't take action because we always think, like, the back of our minds, and I bet a lot of people can relate, because Neil was just saying before, and I can definitely relate as well. There's always something. There must be something else to the puzzle. There must be something else that I don't know yet. Got to find the secret that's going to solve all my problems, that's going to enable me to do this thing. And I know I can definitely relate to that. And you were saying before, Neil, basically you can sum up what you said before. You've always, there must be something else, that it's not what they say, because I've not quite built that level of trust up with them yet. Well, there must be something else out there that's going to solve all my problems, and at the end of the day, there's not. It's just a mindset shift, and dropping that ego, and listening to the people out there who are already doing what you want to be doing.
Yeah, okay, that's it. It's just fitting all the pieces together. As I was saying, I was on a conference call yesterday with a chap, and he was basically explaining that there's no fixed set pieces. There are fixed set pieces, but it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle that you need to put them all together. But it doesn't mean to say the jigsaw puzzle that we all create, although have their own elements, they're going to be completely different, because it's what works for us. Because you might speak to one audience, Ian, Andre, you might speak to another audience, and I might speak to another audience. And the way we talk might resonate with certain people, whereas it won't with others. And dependent on what you're saying to them and how you're saying it to them will depend on their level of influence. Can you inspire them? And you've got a whole lot of different things going off there. So there's no set thing. I don't believe there's any set thing that you need to do, as in, like, you need to tick every single one of these boxes in order to get the ideal prospect. Because there are such things as impulse buyers. You could go out there, spend $100 on traffic, and you might get 2 people who instantaneously sign up, and that's just off the video alone. Some people might take a couple of emails to see what are you a real person? Can I resonate with what message he's trying to give out? Is he teaching me? Is he really going to help me? There's a lot of things that go into it, and people don't buy into it straight away. And this is another thing I would always say to people: when you first get started, don't think that if you spend $100 on traffic and you don't make any sales, don't think that is right. I've lost $100 now. That's money down the drain. It's like, no. If you set up your autoresponder, you've got a squeeze page out there, you've captured email, communicate with that person, understand they are real people too. They want to know you're a real person, but you know that they're a real person. So find out what their problems are and try and talk to that problem, because that is what people want. We're problem solvers. we're not marketers in the real sense of the word. We are problem solvers. We're trying to find people who have a common problem. So maybe it's you're struggling to generate leads. Maybe you don't even understand how to generate leads. Maybe you don't know how to generate traffic properly. There's a lot of things, but if you don't know what you're doing, you need guidance. But like I said, we are problem solvers. So don't think that you can go out there, buy traffic, and get leads. Get sales straight away. You're going to get leads, but it's up to you to communicate with that lead and show them the potential and show them that you are a person that's going to deliver on your promise of giving them what they want.
And another thing too, it's just a little bit different. I was going to mention, people have to remember too, as far as that we're in a business, so we do have the tax advantages. I know here in the United States, like for example, it'll be next week as far as when the taxes had to be turned in on April 15th. But I mean, it is a business, so it's no different from a CEO, like for example, of like a construction company or owner of a barbershop. We do have the same write-offs as well too. So it is a business. You can't think of it as like, oh man, I lost money. It is an investment, whatever you do. So like if you are purchasing something like that, purchasing clicks, like you just mentioned, Neil, as far as that to get a business, or like for people that are offline. I remember doing the same thing as far as purchasing leads or whatever. It's still a business. That's all a write-off for us as well. So that's a different type of mentality. Go ahead, Ian.
It's that lottery mindset, isn't it? People think, is this going to work for me? Where the mindset.
That's dangerous. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Uh-oh. Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, how are you?
Hi. I'm shopping with a friend right now. I'm always
making a appearance.
in the middle of the supermarket. Can you see?
We can, yeah.
Yes, you can, Patricia.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I won't be able to hear you. I can hear you, but I'll have to join you guys next week. My friend. That's Neil, and I don't know, Ian and Andre. Oh, okay. 3 guys and a girl.
There?
Hi, next to you.
How's it going, Patricia's friend?
So when you guys do the link, Andre, give it to me. I'm so sorry. So I'll have to say goodbye.
That's fine.
See you later.
All right. Bye, guys.
We appreciate your commitment.
All right.
True. Now that's a perfect example of a pattern interrupt right there.
Yeah.
That's a perfect example of pattern interrupt. Now there are ways that we're taught to learn how to do that. Oh, by the way, but you have to go and click the button below as far as to join us to see what we're talking about to learn the pattern interrupts. But that's a whole different discussion.
Andre, can you hang up for me? Do you know how to get me out of the hang up? I don't know how to do it on my phone.
Patricia, we're missing.
Huh?
I only heard your phone.
Okay, I said I don't know how to hang up on Google with my phone. Do you know how to turn it off from my side for me?
I don't know
I've got the options in front of me that says.
on your side somewhere.
I can exit you out, Patricia.
I don't know how to turn it off.
Yeah, I'll exit off from where I am. Let's see if this works.
See me?
Yeah, we still see you. I'm gonna see if I can exit you off real quick.
If you could exit for me. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
I lost the screen and I don't know where to pick it up at.
It's fine. I'll try to exit you from here. See if this works.
Otherwise, you get to go shopping with me.
Now let's see if I can get this done. I'll talk to you as soon as we're done here, real quick. All right. See.
All right.
Whoops. All right. Cool. That's a perfect example.
That was a nice insight.
That's a perfect example of a pattern interrupt. I love that. Again, if you want to learn more about that, just click below this link to join us, and then we'll talk about that later on in a later date. But in the meantime, we'll get back to what we were discussing as far as getting your right frame of mind too, because point blank. And this is another example too. This is just I know as far as what it can do as far as when you're listen to your conference calls, or if the conference calls are replay, like for example in our business that we have the calls we can go in our back office and listen to, or whoever the length it is or whatever, or listen to it at night. But it'll also propel you to do your business, wherever it could be. Obviously, we said the quote earlier as far as Ziegler talking about, talk about bathing, that you need to do it daily. Well, it's the same thing about, if you got to get motivated, you got to do it daily too. But if for somebody who's already self-motivated, I understand that you're probably like, okay, but I'll listen to the calls too, but I already know, just show me what to do. Just show me what to do. Well, that's the thing too, because I know for our business, that is one of the things that you have to do is do that. Listen to inspirational call, read something inspirational too. A whole ton of books as well. Now the length, as far as either or, I heard from different examples. So one leader in our business, Mike Hobbs, he said, hey, about 15 minutes or 30 minutes as far as reading, or same thing as far as listening to audio, 15 or 30 minutes, either or. That's a perfect example as well as that. Obviously, if you're doing offline business as well, because you got to go out there and obviously meet people face to face too, I would implement those same things as well, because it will only help you as far as beating down, just in case you have to go through pretty much roadblocks, because people are negative, and this happens, whether you're doing it offline or online. To somebody says no, it's not the end of the world for people that are new timers in the business, but you will get motivated as far as when you're listening or once you're reading too, when you educate yourself, you're like, oh, okay, I see why it's very important to have my own asset. As Robert Kiyosaki said, as far as like building something for my family as well, because you're self-educating yourself on top of working on your business too, and it just propels you, point blank. I know you guys it's happened with you guys as well, as far as propelling you too, as far as helping out, whether it be somebody new or somebody in who's just starting. Because I know we've seen it at events. You can almost tell too if somebody's new at an event. Is that okay? Have you been listening to audio? So you listen to or you've been reading books daily. But I mean, that's why we're there to help them out as well too. Because I mean, again, once you have that right type of mindset, they're going to be there in events.
And the thing with the reading the books and the audios, it's just the fact that having that trust with the people that are telling you to do these things and taking action on it. And realizing that and having that mindset where I think, well, I'm motivated already. Just tell me what to do, like you were saying before, Andre. The thing is, if you're not listening to these audios and reading books daily, then it's like that saying goes that if you're not feeding, you got to feed the right things into your mind, like you feed the right type of food into your mind, into your body, and if you don't put the right things into your mind, weeds grow in your mind. If you're not feeding your mind daily with useful, empowering things, then you speak out crap to the marketplace, and you give out value. You give out nothing that's any use to anybody, and that's all we're doing is putting out value to the marketplace that people can find useful, that solves people's problems. And is some sort of value, and in return we're people are paying us in return for the value we give out, and is because of that continuously feeding into our minds useful information, useful, empowering, and uplifting, inspiring stuff that we can transmit, we can like re-put out in our own words, our own opinion on things that we've been listening to and reading daily, and just put our own spin on things. And that's basically what I do anyway for my value that I give out to the marketplace. And yeah, it's just going back to the point that if you're not feeding these things into your mind daily, then you're gonna get crap out. You're gonna be putting crap out to the marketplace, and you're gonna be weeds grow and yeah, it's just coming to the point that you want to be, when people say to do something, maybe it's time to listen to what they're actually saying for once, and not think that there's some other better way out there, or in fact maybe there's people out there who know more than you. I'm not saying I know more than you, or any of us know more than you, but there's people out there who are doing what we want to be doing, which is want to be making tons of money online, and these people, at the end of the day, it's up to you making your decision if you're going to trust them or not. And I know for 100% sure us three certainly do. So it's your decision, and you got to take responsibility for your actions. Anyway, I've gone completely off on a tangent there. To circle it back on what you were saying before.
No, Ian, because remember too what you just said. Basically, in short, you trash in, trash out. But if you obviously bring value in, it's gonna come out. I know we do it all the time too. And I know we can kind of both touch on this since we're kind of stuck in the corporate world right now. But as far as what we've been feeding ourselves here, weekly, daily as well. How many times have you said we don't really? Not that we hate the people that we hang out with or whatever we used to hang out with, but we don't hang around with them as much because what value are they giving to us other than joking around or whatever, just hanging out, having a good time. Like I said, no problem with that too, but we got bigger goals though, and now again, not bashing them too, but your goals are kind of like want to do better for yourself. I'm not going to just sit back and complain about the situation that I know I can get myself out of. I work in just because I work in a warehouse, I'm not going to sit there and just complain weekly when I know, okay, let me just keep on working on my business too, daily too. Okay, and I'm reading a book too, as far as like the perfect example, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, when he talks about he mentioned it a little bit too, but as far as complaining or set yourself good habits, it just comes a part of you, point blank. So that's just what's happened with us here recently. We almost say the last couple of years now, with all of us here. It just making a habit. As far as okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is point blank, because obviously if you had a negative vibe, it's going to come out. Obviously if you're seeing somebody face to face, and they're kind of like, somebody's like got that feeling like with you, it's gonna come out. But if you kind of like you're staying positive and whatnot, even though you might have a rough day too, but your mindset is still like, hey, I'm gonna just keep this positive because I know what the end goal is. It's gonna come out. People are gonna be more attracted to you with that, point blank. It's just gonna happen. That's just the way it is. I don't know the scientific logic or the reasons or whatever. I was doing my best. Reading through Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. I'm going to read it several times to get it. Not saying it's a science book, but he was obviously well before his time. And you're talking about the 1930s when that book was written. So, yeah, I don't know if there's a bunch of books as far as talking about that, these vibrations or whatever. But, people just get that sense on you where you're like, it's a bunch of negative too, a bunch of this negativity or a bunch of positivity. Obviously, like for us, since we're online, whether it be through our blogs or whether it be through emails, that's just going to come out of us. You got that kind of sense like, oh man, I got to do another post. It's going to come out, point blank. But you're kind of like, yes, I can't wait to get online too. That mentality, that's going to come out as well. That's just what it is. Point blank.
That's it. To be honest, go on.
I was just going to say, like attracts like. you attract into you who you are, and if you're gonna come across as this negative, pessimistic person, then you're most likely gonna attract negative, pessimistic people into your business. Where if you're an optimist who believes that we're about to go and do awesome things, then maybe you'll attract people who want to do the same.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Mike Hobbs, to be honest, Mike Hobbs actually said it best, because he's basically summarised it in saying that your best thinking has got you where you are right now. So if you're not happy where you are right now, you've got to change the way you think, because it's just look at where you are now. So in order to think differently, you need to get around different people. And they do say that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you're not happy with your current life, I'm not suggesting you need to get rid of your entire, friends and everything like that. I'm just saying, consider who you spend your time with and who it is that you want to model yourself after. I've taken on a couple of different mentors who I like to spend my time listening to, because they're the people I want to take after. They're having a great deal of success in their business, and they don't speak anything but positive. They don't have anything negative to say about anybody. And at the end of the day, I'd rather not say anything rather than say anything negative, because all you're going to do is attract those people who want to agree or are looking for confirmation of that. So if you're going to say anything bad and expecting that's going to build your business, all you're going to get is people that want confirmation of exactly what it is that you're saying. So, you need to start changing your mindset, and that's what these audios will do, because it changes your thinking in regards to be honest, everything. To be honest, you start tuning yourself into the possibility of opening up opportunities, and once you start opening up, you start becoming much more aware. Look at it from the perspective, have you noticed that when you buy a car, maybe a pair of trainers, or the latest T-shirt, football shirt in my example. I'm a big football fan, but when you buy something, you are that much more aware when you see other people wearing it, or using it, or driving it, whatever. But does that mean to say that was never there in the first place? It's just no. You just noticed it now because that is a part of your world. That is a part of who you are, and that's what doing things daily will do, because you will then become more aware of that possibility. So being in tune with it every single day opens up the possibility of seeing that opportunity. They're all around you. You just need to be aware of them, and you aren't aware of them if you're not looking out for them.
Another thing too I want to add on as well, as far as like who to follow, and obviously the handful, the good ones. Tony Robbins, another good one, but who did he follow and work for? By the way, Jim Rohn, who was another great motivational speaker, entrepreneur as well. Zig Ziglar was another good one as well. But Les Brown's another great one as well today. But and I think personally, who might be kind of underrated, but obviously in the home-based business profession he's not, is Eric Worre. As far as like some of the short clips that he posts, and he's the creator of Network Marketing Pro. That's another good person, especially for newbies to get started too, because I know some people are kind of like, some new people might be kind of out there as well, but I know he's kind of, I don't want to say the old school way as far as offline sense too, but this the same type of principles that he's mentioned as well. It's crucial as well as far as having that right mentality. I've heard him say that so many times in his videos, as far as like readers are leaders, as far as how many times, suggesting, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, listening to audio or reading books daily. He's even suggested, hey, I have no problem if you guys want to follow me. As far as, he has a huge following, obviously. If anybody who's in the network marketing world has heard of hasn't heard of Eric Worre, hasn't really gotten a chance to really listen to the value that he spits out as well, because you're talking about somebody who's been in the profession for over 25 years and endorses it like crazy, and he stopped himself mainly working at a particular company like several years ago just to pretty much help out people and the whole profession as far as just giving out value. He does it all the time, and most of his videos, as far as you listen to him, they're probably like range between 2 minutes and like probably 6 minutes. Just short and to the point. Like for example, we were talking about earlier, as far as if you have the mentality of thinking, oh man, I'm going to be spending all this money. Like if I'm just getting started, oh I got to spend this. No, that's an investment, because now you're in a different tax bracket. By the way, too, there's a lot of good stuff too in the home-based business profession that people might they don't really see, because you don't really see that in the outside world. They don't know any better. They just think, oh man, they just look at the luxury stuff. The person on top, they don't see the steps they had to go through. You know, obviously the twists and turns, or obviously the temporary setbacks they had to go through, whether it be small business or a big business. And as far as what they had to go through, it's no different in the home-based business profession. You might see somebody in a particular income bracket or whatever, but you don't. You got to pay attention to their stories too, in the conference calls, or you go to the events and go see. You got to pay attention to, okay, they're telling you through their story how they got there. So that's another thing as far as just, again, this paying attention to, and good example as far as following somebody who's basically been there where you're trying to go to, point blank. So not listen to somebody who love them to death. They got a broke friend or relatives. They're saying, oh, I know what this is, or whatever, but if they don't have any proof or they haven't shown it, because obviously actions speak louder than words, that's going to be the way to the end of time. I'm sorry, but it's how it is. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Love them to death. It doesn't matter how close the friend is or the relative. That's just facts speak louder than actions speak louder than words all day, every day. You haven't hearing the words try. No. Show me what you've done. But then somebody, a big time leader, they don't have to really say that much, because the action is so loud anyway. It's like, why in the world do I have to mention it? They're just concerned. Their main concern really is just to help you. So, okay, how much more value can I give to my team or to other teams to help out, people? That's really and genuinely, that's where the mindset is. Too, and that's why I love it to death with the home-based business profession. I can go on a tangent all day long, but that's just where their mindset is too. They keep those same concepts too. And some of them read a lot longer, listen to audio a lot longer. That's cool, but if you want to start off slow, 15 to 30 minutes, cool. Either reading or listening to audio, either or, and then it just gets a little bit bigger, because obviously you want to work on the things that are important in your business. Obviously, getting the leads too, and obviously making the sales. But the main thing is just sticking on those other steps as well. Because point blank, if you don't pay attention to those, you're not going to be the professional that long. You're going to get beat down from the naysayers, and that's what you don't want to. This is for the longevity, for the people that basically like, I'm sticking with this, period, no matter how long it takes me to get to.
Well, look at it like this. If you're asking me what I'm doing to build leads and what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis in my business, so you want to be where I am currently at the moment in my business, and I tell you even just one thing. So right, first things first, you need to listen to audio daily. If at that point you decide that you're not going to listen to audio daily, why would I then consider giving you any more of what it is that I do daily? If you're not prepared to take action on the first thing that I give to you, why would I bother telling you anything else? You've already shown the fact that you're not prepared to listen and take instructions. And at the end of the day, I live by this one principle now. Regardless of how, I'm not going to say ridiculous, but regardless of how out there something sounds, I can't say that doesn't work unless I've actually been there, done that, and actually tried it. And until that time happens, I say I'm not prepared to write anything off. So if you tell me I need to listen to audio daily, I need to read books daily, I need to get on webinars and market to my team and all that kind of stuff, which I do every single day, that's what I'm going to do. And even if you tell me, email your list and do this, I can't give you a specific example, but if you just say do this, and I say, well, I don't know, to be honest, I don't really think that'll work. But until you've got the benefit of experience, you can't possibly say it does or doesn't. So don't write it off before you've even given it a try.
And it's because something happens that shifts your mind, that opens you up to think that this is actually real now. And it's like, I know it's the exact same for me, and it's you just described, and it's like, when was this shift exactly? That's like the point that made you shift from thinking, Christ, this isn't right. This isn't. I don't believe in this type mindset. Where to thinking now you're open to it, and it's like you take it as a given that this is true. I need to be reading books daily. I need to be listening to audios. I need to be doing these daily actions. When was that shift exactly for you that took place from being this like pessimist who didn't think it was like who thought it was a scam or whatever, like I did? I was the same. But when was this shift, and what was it like going through this shift from here to here to being now believing that this is legit, and that this is awesome, and I'm just interested in your thoughts on what you had to say about that. I thought it would be, yeah.
Is that to me or to Andre?
Either. We're probably all the same, to be honest.
For me,
let me go first. I know for me it was when I got to my first event that really solidified the belief that Christ, this is real now. This is what these people are saying is real, and I should really take action on what these people are saying to me. That was the main setting stone for me when I got to that first event. But even before then, just from consistently listening to these people, over a period of quite a few months, it really probably changed my beliefs in what people were saying to me, and through the time of the repetition and the amount of people saying the same things, that you should be listening to audio, you should be reading books, you should be blogging daily, you should be doing all these daily actions, and that was what changed my belief. And I'm probably going off on a tangent again. I just thought I was interested today.
No, to be honest, I like what you said, because I don't remember if it was Mike Hobbs or if it was Aaron Rashkin, but they were both talking about when people approach them of basically saying, what is it you do? It's almost like they expect them to be, they put them on this pedestal of basically saying, you do something that nobody else is doing because you're making so much money. It's almost like there's something that you're doing that nobody else is doing that's getting you this. It's like, again, the magical source of traffic, or the famous phrase that you need to say that inspires people to take action. It's like, no, it's not. At the end of the day, when you get to the event and you realise that everybody you speak to shares the same message, that we read every single day, we listen to audio every single day, we market to we market, so we generate leads every single day, we talk to our list every single day, and we do other things every single day. There's a daily thing, there's 8 core principles that we follow. Not every single day, because some of them things like getting to events and being all in, and those things you can only do once, until, in such case of the event, it is in next month when the event's passed, we then got to get to the next event, and that's what we will do. But the daily things like marketing to your list and things like that, you realise that when you get to the event, everybody shares the same message. So for some reason, you've got this thing in your head of saying, there's got to be something else, there's got to be something else, and there's got to be something else. But when you get to the event and you speak to, it doesn't matter, you could speak to the top earner, who I think is Justin Verringer or Lawrence Tam, or you could speak to Paul Gardner, who's quite up and coming, or you could speak to someone who's just literally been in there for a month and they've started generating leads. You talk to them, and each and every single one of them, they say, what are you doing? Every single day, they will say, building my list, I'm talking to my list, I'm getting on Hangouts, I'm reading, I'm doing audio, and you ask every single one, they share the same message, and it will suddenly hit home. This is what I need to do. There's nothing else that you're doing that I'm not doing. It's just the fact that you're getting better results because, 1, you've got your story. 2, you've managed to get it to a point where you can inspire people and give them the belief that it is also possible to them, and inspiring them to take action. Not, again, coming back to that started with YBook, we're not manipulating people by saying this is what it can do for you and that kind of thing. It's no, get away from that. It's like, why are we doing this? We're doing this because there are people out there that are struggling to make money online. And it's a very complicated world, and we, again, coming back to the Clinkbank, we have a world where you go to someone and say, can you help me with this? And a lot of the time, people will be like, well, yeah, I will do, but you need to help. You need to pay for this and pay for this and pay for this. And whilst I don't say you should get everything for free, I don't believe that you should have to pay for everything as well, because there are such simple lessons that we can learn and we can give to people that doesn't and shouldn't cost anything. There is products that will teach you a greater lesson because it comes from a person that has greater results. But you can still take a snippet of information and just give someone that breakthrough that will give them the belief that it is possible for them and inspire them to take action.
So,
and you can put your own spin on it, your own perspective of it, which in turn is going to relate with different audience that even maybe the big gurus don't, who even people can't relate to. Some people can't relate to the big gurus, but if you put your own spin on and your perspective on a particular piece of information, particular piece of opinion or whatever, you're going to find different people who are going to be able to relate to you specifically because of your own unique spin, your own unique perspective on stuff.
If you've got somebody out there, like if we talk about the top guy, David Wood, you know, he's making, I think at the last event, I think it was said that he was making $700,000 to $800,000 a month. Now, if you said that to somebody, to a lot of people, they'll be like, yeah, I want that kind of money, but can I actually imagine myself earning that much money? No. And, you know, it's such a leap to go from where they are to where David is, that some people just can't physically do that. And obviously, it takes a long time. So if you can just give them a belief and you basically say, look, I'm making $100 a day. You know, that to me, if I was making $150 a day, I'd quit work tomorrow. And it's as simple as that. But if you can give someone the belief that they can get that, which $150 a day by comparison of what everybody else is making is nothing. But if you can give someone the belief that that's all you need to do, and that will give you so much more to life, you could probably pay off a mortgage, or you know, have extra money to pay the mortgage, or quit work, or go down part time and free up more time. You know, the one thing we're all after in this business is more time, and that is one thing you cannot put a price on. So if the one thing you're thinking, what is this business going to do for me? It's give you more time, and everybody wants more time, whether that be to pursue a passion, spend it with loved ones, travel the world, doesn't matter. We've all got something that we would like to do better with our time than have to go to work. So if that's the one thing if that's the one thing that I can give you, you need to figure out what it is that you want and put it to a point where it's going to inspire you to take action in spite of what mindset you're in. Because all it is, the mindset is just a temporary thing. We all go through, you know, negative mindset. I still get it, but when that happens, I refuse to work until I improve my mindset. So if I've got a negative mindset, I'll work on my mindset, get into a more productive mindset before I work. Because otherwise, you're putting out negative energy, and it is the wrong message, and it just won't work. So you need to improve your mindset and then go to work, and that's why we work on a mindset every single day.
You know what, Neil? It's kind of funny when you.
Yeah.
You know what? It's kind of funny when you. At the time, he was I was under somebody who we came from the same company at the time, and I'm going to go and put an income disclaimer on it since we're going to be talking. Since I know we're going to be talking about money. Just go check out our income disclaimer at empowernetwork.com/income or ipassearnings.com. But I know when I first got started, and the person I was under could have been my sponsor, but I went under somebody else, but we were all on the same team. But anyway, he was seeing results immediately, showing like probably a 4-minute video of what our company was doing real quick. And then his niche at the time, I just use his example, his niche was for somebody who's been in network marketing. They had the belief too, but there's always that I guess it was the auto ship payment, or was it was that monthly recurring bill they had to pay to. But when he saw, like, for example, that, oh shoot, this is all we have, and it's really nothing as far as like, okay, $25 for this, your affiliate fee, $19.95, and then okay, you want to listen to some audio, listen to audio is $100. He was using that example as far as like, this is really all we pay, and then he was just showing how much he was just going after this, like this for the platform of the blog too. But he was showing, the everyday guy. Let's say somebody who might be who might work at a cash register, or who's been in network marketing before. It could be doctor or any type of professional, whatever. They saw it, they were like, okay, I understand this. And the funny thing is, I think within probably about 2.5, 3 months, he made around something between $10,000, $15,000. And again, it obviously results in that typical when we're talking about our business. But it was just pretty cool because that was his target niche. Just people that are in network marketing might have struggled, but it was like, okay, this is what he can do. Now, what was he always talking about? He was sharing his story. He's like, hey, he would be posting the videos or whatever on Facebook or on YouTube. He's like, hey, guys, this is real. This is what I made. These are my results. Now, obviously, your results might not be the same as mine, but I'm just showing you that I'm just a real person, too. Now, he was he was kind of high up in our previous company together, too, as far as a leader in that company. He had a big team, but obviously, if he had, point blank, I'm just going to be straight up with you. If he had the same amount of people in the company that we are as he did with our previous company, he ought to be a $1 million earner. Period. I'm just being straight up with you because he had a lot of people in his team. I think he about had 500 to 600 people in his team in our previous company. And with this business too, we know what Dave Woods mentioned as far as mentioned that again, he's been a $1 million earner. This point blank, and obviously the results are never going to be typical. But I'm just being straight up just how it's structured here in our business compared to the previous business because the residuals are higher here in our company than the past company that we were in. Just being straight up with you. But that was his target niche. And I was just thinking, that's so cool. Just target this regular people. And he was going face to face. He was doing the old school way. Just face to face. He had no problem with that. He loves helping people. And some people today, I know that's what they're taught, but obviously in the back of the mind, some people are thinking, I love it too. It's like I have the belief. This is what I want. This is what I just want to be able to do this to pay this bill or this bill. But at the same time, their mentality might be thinking, man, I don't want to be driving to this person or throw a house party or whatever. But I mean, you can do something as simple as this, set up a hangout here, or obviously think this way you can set up conference calls via phone too. Just simple stuff like that too to just get it going. But that was again just another example of somebody who's niche and whose mentality. And then I know that's what I saw as proof. I already knew it was real. Too, because when I went to my first event, it was already like, oh, okay, now I get to see the people that I've listened to, see the people that they're making it happen on social media or whatever. They're showing the results that crazy, but it's like we actually get to see them and they're down to earth. You're like, oh yeah, that's true. So my mentality was already there. I just need to just educate myself. That's all I need to do. And that's the thing too. A lot of people in the home-based business profession, we've been in for a few months or maybe a couple of years. You need to educate yourself more so. It never stops. If I'm reading a book, for somebody like Donald Trump who says he reads about 2 to 3 hours daily in the morning, hint, and he's a multi-billionaire, I mean, come on now. Come on now, the proof's right there.
But didn't you actually say, I don't remember which ebook it was, but you mentioned an ebook that's been around since the 1930s.
Oh, talk about Think and Grow Rich?
Yeah, I didn't realise that had been created. So that's about 80 years old now.
Yeah.
So, but yet it's still as influential today as it was back in the 1930s. So that just tells you it's not about what works, because these are principle based. So it's all to do with human behaviour, and human behaviour is very, very predictable. So when you understand what it is that people are coming up against, so sometimes you think that, oh, I'm having this problem, but I'm probably the only person who has. And, I used to think that myself. I used to think that once I've learned it, right, okay, that's fine, but nobody else will have this problem. It's just me. And you don't realise that there are so many people out there that have the same problem. Like I say, this book has been around for 80-something years, and it's been around that long because human behaviour is very predictable. So it's going to continue to be a problem for people. Regardless, this problem will never die out. People get started online every single day. They will come across this problem every single day. And this is your chance to capitalize on that by showing them how to get past that problem, put yourself in a position of authority, and take them through the cycle and show them how to do whatever it is you're trying to teach them. So lead generation, sales, just signing people up. In general, you could just sign them to, again, just leads or something. But there's so many things that you can teach them. So don't think that you have to focus on one thing in particular. You can focus on lead generation in itself. You can still branch out to probably 50 different ways of generating leads. So I mean, there's loads out there, but don't think that you are the only person who suffers with that problem. It's human behavior. We have loads of people out there that are having the same problem as you. So when you find that problem, when you solve that problem, you then show the people how you got past that problem, because you're then the person that they want, because you've got past that problem that they're having.
Another thing too, as far as to fight against that, and I'm glad you mentioned that. Don't want to be like I'm going against the people that might be not in the States too, but this is a number, and I meant to post this down below my name, but I'm just going to say it real quick because this is something that somebody in our company who's been doing 5 times a week, Paul Hutchins. For the ones that are in the States too, this is a good mindset call, and that's all it is. I mean, we're talking about, we'll go over books as 2 books, one of them that we mentioned, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The Law of Success, also written by Napoleon Hill, As a Man Thinketh, what's it? Wallace Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich. The reason why I'm saying these books, because the number for the morning mindset call is Monday through Friday. So for those that are in the States too, at 9 a.m. Eastern time, and I'll give the replay number too. But the live call for those in the States who want to listen to it live will be 712-432-0900. Again, that's 712-432-0900. That's the live call. Access code will be 565762 and then pound. Now the replay call, and this is I highly recommend having this down as well. 712-432-0990. Access code is the same, 565762 pound. We're right now in the middle of the Law of Success, talking about imagination, but I'm telling you, this is an indirect way that I know I personally use as far as getting people to, like, they want something this positive other than just getting beat down. Like, this is a good call to listen to for those who going to work or whatever. I listen to it about 5 times a week, but listen to it for almost 2 years. But again, we don't talk about anything as far as companies. This is all we talk about. Just the books and the principles that Napoleon Hill's used too. Because of Paul Hutchins is a great example of somebody who, his story real quick, for somebody who came from a single wide trailer to working a job that was in a cubicle, making $11 an hour too. Now the man. He's been averaging, if you did the math correctly, and again, the results not typical, he's been probably averaging well over $100,000 a year, obviously just working from home. He's made well over $500,000 in the home-based business profession. But this is somebody who seriously did a big-time study with the book Think and Grow Rich, too, and it's helped him tremendously. And the reason why I say all this, too, besides to get our mindset straight, because that's what we're talking about, because I know personally, it's funny because we were talking about so much what the stuff can do with you in business, but outside of business, some people, I know you guys know, but not everybody knows that I've been playing semi-pro football the last 7 years here in Florida. But it helped me with my team to get a championship last year, listening to the same mindset call. And it's not funny because here I am working on building a business, but it helped me as far as helping my teammates win a championship last year. Now, granted, that was our 3rd straight for the team. It was team straight, but I know that was my first too. But just those same principles, just continue to go on to, they helped me tremendously. And I'll go and speak it right now to existence. Don't be surprised if you see me with another championship here in the next few months, or should I say another championship ring here in a few months, because that's just how much it's helped me as far as not so much on business too, but I can help you in life too. Napoleon Hill mentioned it as well too in his book, how much it's helped out with people in their relationships or whatever. Whether it be with family or friends as well, because you change to get rid of all the negative stuff. Like for today, for example, the social media, the news is basically all trash, point blank. Talking about bad systems and whatnot, because that's all it is. Don't blame any type of political leader, especially here in the States. It's not that. It's just getting what are you doing to get yourself ready? What's your goal that you're trying to achieve? Because again, personally, I know that's helped me tremendously. I know it can help you as well. So this is something that I wanted to mention real quick as well. And the replay, for those that might want to listen to the replay sometimes, go to growrichaudios.com. It'll be /downloads. Again, that's growrichaudios.com /audios. That would be for those to get a chance to listen to, /free downloads. So just go to growrichaudios.com /free audios. And that'll be the dash in between the free. That will help out as far as for those that want to listen to the replay call, because we keep those going on as well too. And I think he has them last for about 23 hours until the next live call. But again, that will help you tremendously as getting your right frame of mind too. And trust me, listen to that for about a month, you will not be the same person. I promise you that. That's something I will guarantee. You will not be the same person. I'm not saying all of a sudden all the leads and all the money will come out of the sky or whatever, but I'm just saying just your right mindset. You won't look at the world a different way ever again. I'm just telling you that straight up. So that's just something I know I can give a true testament to as well. Besides the calls that we listen to, the audios that we have as well in our company, you won't be the same again. I'll just promise you that.
No, and I think Ian asked the question a little bit earlier when he was talking about at what point did you actually change from being a skeptic to a believer? And for me, it wasn't a case of that suddenly I listened to something and it just changed me. To be honest, I was never a skeptic. I always believed it was possible to make money online, but it was not a case of being skeptical of something working. It's just whether or not it was something that I believed I could actually make money with, because I still believe.
Will this work for me?
Yes, and I think again, coming back to the ingredients that people need to put together to actually start making money online and making it work for you, each is unique. And I think the one thing that misses out on a lot of products is what you need to be doing daily. So the daily actions that you need to be doing, because it sounds quite obvious when you say it, well, yeah, you need to be doing it daily, but what people define as working on their business is not actually working on their business. Some people think that talking on Facebook is building your business, and it's kind of true, but when you boil it down and what you're actually talking about, you're not doing anything but just chatting. So that's not something that you need to be doing daily. You need to cut that out and focus on talking to people that you don't know and trying to build relationships, and not try and get them into your business, but just do something that just for I don't know, 20 minutes, talk to people, get to know them, and don't come at it from a perspective of I'm going to get them in my business, but just understand them as a person. And if they are online, start finding, okay, well, how long have you been online? If you have been online for a while, are you successful at this point? If they say no, okay, well, can I ask what is it that you're struggling with? What is it that you're struggling to get past? And maybe you can help them. Just give them that breakthrough. You don't have to recruit them into your business and saying, do this, buy into my business and I'll give you this. No, all right, well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you that. I'll tell you the answer to that, because then it puts you as the point of authority. And if you give them enough information, they will come back to you again and again. If you listen to one of David Wood's audios, he tells you that he's got people that come back to his blog again and again and again, and they click on his links time and again because he positions himself as the point of authority. So people come back to him again and again and again. And he does that because he gives away so much free content. He's not trying to charge for it. Eventually there will come a time when they want to do business, they need to pay for it. That's a given. We're not here to give everything away for free. Otherwise, there's no such thing as making money online. But you don't need to sell everything. You know, give some stuff away and just show that you're there, not just a person who's asking for money. You're there to provide content, because that in itself will reap its rewards when people see you as the person that will get them where they want to go. And an audio that I was listening to, I think I told you guys about it a couple of weeks ago. Ray Higdon. There was a $7 audio, and the first thing he said, why is it that the people you talk to and tell to take action don't follow through with what it is that you're telling them? And the answer that he said, and it just suddenly hit me, is they see you as a salesperson, not as a problem solver. And it's as simple as that. So if you can put yourself where people think automatically when you send them an email, okay, what is it he's going to help me with today? Because that's the first thing that they think about. Every single time this person sends me an email, because that's what I think about Ray Higdon. Now and again, he will say, you know, buy this, but he doesn't come at it from a direct buy this kind of approach. He comes at it from, you know, I'm still going to send you this, I'm still going to help you with this, and, you know, even if you don't buy from me, I'm still going to provide you with all the value, because eventually you will buy something from me, and that's the point. You don't have to come at it from buy this and I'll give you this. It's I'll give you as much as I can. Eventually, like I said, there will come a time when you're going to need stuff, and then you'll have to pay for that. But I will do whatever I can to get you to that point.
And that's another good example that we have of that is our blogs too. Like, you know, we're always going to keep on giving out value as far as emailing you guys, as far as what we you know, like for example, like to motivate you, inspire you, you know, some training, whatever it might be, because that's the main thing too. Like, it's basically how can we help you guys for those who that just want something better in their life too. Besides just maybe don't want to work that job, don't want to keep on holding on to that business that you might be self-employed, or should I say your own, but yeah, I know you're self-employed. That's the benefit of what we love to do, is giving out things like that, just giving out that type of value. We always will. I know, for example, I know, like, you know, kind of the same thing too, just like you, when I'm getting ready to do a blog post or email, so okay, how can I help really motivate these guys? Like, okay, the middle of the week, need something really inspired them and going through, because I know some people are basically ready to call it quits, and it's just Tuesday afternoon. You know, just started Monday, just started yesterday, it's Tuesday afternoon. They're like, man, forget yesterday, it's Tuesday. Okay, how can I help them as far as give them some motivation? I love them posting type stuff, something inspirational, motivation too. And I'll tell you that point blank. It's real short and sweet with me in my blog post. Most of the time you see the video, and go with that too. But it's still very inspirational too. You hear a lot of speakers too that we're mentioning as well. Les Brown, whoever, the list goes on and on and on too. I love it. Just get out of that rut too, because some people just get bogged down too, and we're just gonna keep on doing it. You're gonna keep on. I know I'm just gonna keep on. I swear, just keep on throwing out the value. Jump around. Just gonna value. Yeah. Just keep on throwing that value, because I mean, some people go like, oh man, okay, I like this, and this is, we do it in an indirect way. It's like, okay, yeah, you can go and click the link in the bottom if you like. I mean, that's cool, but at the same time, we're still going to give that value if you don't, so it doesn't really matter. But I mean, the link is right there, you know, and I know it's shiny and all, and just can't help it, but just go click on it too. Just join our team so you can see what we're really talking about. But we're just going to continue giving out value, point blank.
That's it. And you know, I'd say, you know, there are people here who will no doubt think, you know what, I want to do this, but maybe they need to get to know us a bit more. Maybe they still need to go through a few things. You know, whatever the case, it's not a problem. But all I will say to whoever is, we're gonna build this business, you know, and it's completely up to you. If you want to come on board, we'd love to have you on board. But if you don't, that's also fine too. You know, we will still continue to be there for you and help you in any way we can. But all I would encourage you to do is don't be on the sidelines and come back in 3 months' time and think, you know what, I need to get this started. Don't put off what you can do today. So if you need a bit of reflection, come and watch this hangout again. That's fine. Whatever it is that you need to do, but don't put off today. Don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today. You can get started. We can help you whatever it is you need to do. Okay, if you're struggling with leads, struggling with traffic, you've got a daily plan that you're not sure what you need to be doing daily to build your business, you don't know who it is you need to be talking to, you're not sure what you need to be sharing, as in, you don't feel that your story is relevant to people, it doesn't inspire people. There is so much that we can help you with, and I'm telling you now, your story will set you apart from everybody else, because that is the one thing that's missing from what you're giving out online. But unfortunately, that's your story. That's nobody else's story. So nobody else can tell it for you. So we can help you in a variety of different ways, but we can't do it for you. We can only inspire you and tell you what you need to do and what we're doing to build our business. So if you want to get involved, we'd love to have you on board. But if you'd also like to come to these hangouts and get some more information, maybe you need a couple more breakthroughs, because that's sometimes all it is. That's cool too. But don't put off today what you could. Don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna say something, Ian, but shoot, I can't really top that off of what.
I thought you were going to spook me off.
So what again?
I couldn't have said that better myself. I just thought that was a perfect place to end. But then it kept on going, so we're still going. So
I guess the only thing we're gonna say is go and join us. Click the link below. Join us. Same time, same place next week, 6 p.m. Eastern time too. We will be throwing out more value to you guys. So with that being said, we'll see you guys next week.